Have you ever wondered why some older men effortlessly attract younger women, while others instantly kill attraction the moment they open their mouth? It's not about money. It's not even about looks. Because if that were true, men like David Beckham wouldn't still attract massive attention from women of all ages. And entrepreneurs like Elon Musk wouldn't constantly be surrounded by confident, ambitious women despite their age. The truth is far more uncomfortable. Most older men unknowingly destroy attraction through a few subtle behaviors, habits that silently signal neediness, insecurity, or outdated masculine energy. And the worst part? Many of these men believe they're doing the right things. They try to impress. They try to be generous. They try to act experienced. But in female psychology, those exact behaviors often trigger the opposite reaction: loss of respect, loss of mystery, and loss of attraction. In this video, you'll discover 7 habits younger women secretly hate when older men do, and more importantly, what high-value men do instead to create natural attraction, loyalty, and respect. You'll learn how to recognize subtle female tests most men fail, the body language signals that instantly raise or destroy attraction, why trying too hard to impress makes you look weaker, how powerful men build mystery, confidence, and sexual tension, and how to turn rejection, jealousy, or silence into psychological advantage. By the end of this video, you'll understand something most men never realize. Attraction isn't about age, it's about energy, psychology, and presence. And once you understand these principles, women start seeing you very differently. So watch carefully, because one of these habits might be quietly sabotaging your dating life right now. 1. The illusion of experience. Why many older men accidentally kill attraction. Many men believe age automatically gives them an advantage with younger women. They assume experience, money, or stability will naturally create attraction. But female psychology does not work that way. Attraction is emotional, psychological, and instinctive. When older men rely too heavily on experience, they often appear rigid, controlling, or boring instead of confident and intriguing. This section explores why attraction depends more on energy, curiosity, humor, and emotional intelligence than age. It also introduces the idea that high-value men maintain a sense of adventure and mystery rather than trying to impress through authority or life lectures. 2. Habit 1. Trying too hard to impress her. One of the biggest mistakes older men make is constantly trying to prove their value. They talk about money, career achievements, past relationships, or life experience in an attempt to show status. But women are highly sensitive to neediness disguised as bragging. Real attraction grows when value is demonstrated naturally through lifestyle, confidence, and calm behavior rather than forced storytelling. This section explores how playful teasing, humor, and emotional storytelling create connection instead of over-explaining life lessons. 4. Habit 3. Overcompensating with money, gifts, and resources. Some older men believe financial generosity automatically generates attraction. While stability can increase comfort, overusing money as a strategy often creates a transactional dynamic. Instead of admiration, it can trigger suspicion of control or insecurity. This section explains how high-value men use lifestyle, experiences, and emotional presence rather than material displays to create genuine attraction. 5. Habit 4. Losing emotional control when tested. Younger women often test confidence through subtle behaviors such as teasing, delayed replies, playful jealousy, or challenging questions. Many older men fail these tests by becoming defensive, jealous, or overly serious. Emotional stability and calm reactions signal strength, maturity, and masculine composure. This section explains how to recognize attraction tests and respond with humor, confidence, and emotional intelligence. 6. Habit 5. Trying too hard to appear young. Some men panic about aging and attempt to mimic younger behavior, slang, or fashion trends. Instead of increasing attraction, this often feels forced or insecure. Authentic masculinity comes from self-assured presence, not imitation. This section explores how confidence, physical fitness, style, and posture communicate vitality without pretending to be someone else. 7. Habit 6. Becoming too available and losing mystery. When a man becomes constantly available, overly responsive, or eager for validation, attraction fades quickly. Scarcity and independence are powerful psychological triggers in human relationships. This section explains how maintaining hobbies, friendships, and personal goals creates intrigue and prevents emotional dependency. 8. Habit 7. Ignoring sexual energy and physical presence. Attraction is not purely intellectual. Many older men rely only on conversation and logical connection, while ignoring body language, eye contact, tone of voice, and subtle sexual tension. This section explores nonverbal communication, timing of romantic escalation, consent awareness, and confident masculine energy that creates chemistry naturally. 9. The high-value alternative, what actually attracts younger women. The final section combines all lessons into a powerful transformation strategy. Instead of chasing validation, high-value men focus on emotional independence, lifestyle development, physical health, humor, and calm leadership. Attraction grows when a man becomes a source of adventure, stability, and excitement simultaneously. This closing lesson shows how rejection, heartbreak, and past mistakes can be transformed into personal power and magnetic presence. 1. The illusion of experience. Why many older men accidentally kill attraction. Most older men make the fatal mistake of assuming their age automatically gives them an advantage with younger women. They think, I've lived, I've succeeded, I've seen it all. Of course, she'll be impressed. But here's the brutal truth. Experience doesn't equal attraction. Women don't subconsciously scan resumes or bank accounts. They scan energy, confidence, humor, curiosity, and masculine presence. Take David Beckham, for example. He's in his late 40s. Yet women are drawn to him not because of his football trophies, but because of his effortless style, presence, and energy. The same applies to entrepreneurs like Elon Musk. Wealth, age, or experience alone doesn't make him magnetic. It's his confidence, unpredictability, and life energy. Older men who rely solely on experience often project rigidity. They lecture, give unsolicited advice, or try to showcase wisdom. But this rarely inspires attraction. Instead, it signals, I'm old, I'm stuck in my ways, and I need validation. Actionable step. Focus on presence, curiosity, and energy. Share stories instead of preaching. Ask her opinions. Be playful. Remember, subtle dominance, emotional control, and confidence are more attractive than age or experience. 2. Habit 1. Trying too hard to impress her. Many older men fall into the trap of overcompensation. They boast about money, career achievements, or their life history to prove worthiness. Here's the problem. Women are wired to detect neediness disguised as status. The more you try to impress, the weaker you look. Instead, high-value men demonstrate status naturally. Lifestyle, social proof, hobbies, and mystery communicate value far better than words. For instance, instead of saying, I've traveled the world, you casually mention a recent trip with a funny anecdote. It sparks curiosity, without forcing admiration. Actionable step. Use subtle social proof. Mention achievements casually, through stories or in context, not as a sales pitch. Lifestyle leverage. Build hobbies, travel, fitness. Let your life speak for itself. Confidence and boasting. Speak with calm authority. Less is more. 3. Habit 2. Acting like a teacher instead of a man. She can feel chemistry with. Nothing kills chemistry faster than a man who treats women like a student. Lecturing, correcting, or giving unsolicited advice turns sexual tension into parental energy. Women respond to men who make them feel alive, playful and desired, not educated. This is where humor, teasing, and storytelling come into play. Imagine a man at a cafe, spotting a younger woman rolling her eyes at a lecture about life. Instead of trying to fix her, he teases playfully, sparks debate with light tension, and keeps the conversation emotionally engaging. She laughs, she's curious, she's attracted. Actionable step. Use playful teasing. Test boundaries, but keep it lighthearted. Emotional storytelling. Share experiences that evoke curiosity, mystery, and adventure. Avoid over-explaining. Let the tension and chemistry do the talking. 4. Habit 3. Overcompensating with money, gifts, and resources. Some older men believe money, co-attraction, big dinners, lavish gifts, expensive cars. The result? Transactional dynamics replace genuine desire. High-value men understand money as a tool, not a magnet. Emotional presence, body language, humor, and confidence are far stronger drivers. Women unconsciously detect manipulation or insecurity when gifts are overused. Actionable step. Use money subtly. Experiences over material goods. Build lifestyle, not transactions. Travel, adventure, personal growth. Combine sexual tension, humor, and confidence. These are more magnetic than cash. 5. Habit 4. Losing emotional control when tested. Women often test men through delays in response, teasing, or playful jealousy. Many older men fail these tests, reacting defensively or with frustration. This signals insecurity and neediness, instantly killing attraction. Instead, emotional control is the ultimate power move. Calm, composed reactions signal masculine stability. Actionable step. Recognize subtle tests, teasing, eye contact, playful challenges. Respond with humor and emotional intelligence. Use subtle dominance, control tension without aggression. Example, she flirts, then mocks your hobby. Instead of overreacting, you laugh, lightly tease back, and maintain composure. Mystery and confidence spike attraction. 6. Habit 5. Trying too hard to appear young. Some men panic about age. They imitate youth, slang, fashion, behaviors, and instantly look fake and insecure. Authenticity beats imitation every time. High-value men project masculine energy, physical fitness, style, and confidence, rather than pretending to be younger. Actionable step. Focus on posture, grooming, and personal style. Be self-assured about age. Experience is attractive when paired with vitality. Blend humor and wisdom naturally. No forced cool guy persona. 7. Habit 6. Becoming too available and losing mystery. Availability kills attraction. Constant texting, replying immediately, or eagerness signals neediness. Scarcity, independence, and self-focus create psychological tension that fuels desire. Actionable step. Maintain hobbies, friends, and goals. Space communication. Avoid overtexting. Use anticipation and subtle absence to heighten interest. Example, instead of replying instantly to every message, focus on your life. She notices your energy isn't consumed by her attention. This triggers curiosity and attraction. 8. Habit 7. Ignoring sexual energy and physical presence. Attraction is 60% nonverbal. Eye contact, posture, tone, and subtle touches communicate desire. Many older men rely on logic alone. Forgetting chemistry is emotional and instinctive. Actionable step. Use eye contact to signal interest without aggression. Mirror her body language subtly to create connection. Time sexual escalation carefully. Build tension, flirt, respect consent. High-value men blend emotional tension, humor, and sexual energy, creating desire naturally without desperation. The high-value alternative. What? Actually attracts younger women. So what do high-value men do differently? They combine all 57 male empowerment hacks naturally. Confidence and charisma. Calm, composed, magnetic energy. Emotional control. Handling jealousy, rejection, or challenges gracefully. Lifestyle leverage. Fitness, hobbies, travel, and social proof. Mystery and scarcity. Balanced availability. Playful teasing, anticipation. Sexual confidence, eye contact, tone, posture, timing, consent. Psychological mastery. Detecting tests, subtle dominance, attraction triggers. Authenticity and independence, no imitation. No neediness, self-sufficient presence. These men turn heartbreak, age, and past mistakes into personal power. Women sense strength, emotional stability, and adventure, which is far more attractive than age or money. Imagine walking into a room where the noise of conversation, laughter, and movement fills the air. Yet the moment you enter, something subtle shifts. Not because you're the loudest man there, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because your presence carries weight. You move calmly. Your posture is relaxed but grounded. Your eyes scan the room with quiet awareness, not desperation. You're not searching for approval. You're simply existing in your own frame. And people notice. A woman across the room briefly looks up from her conversation. She doesn't even realize why your presence caught her attention. It wasn't flashy clothes. It wasn't some dramatic entrance. It was energy. The kind of energy that comes from a man who is comfortable with himself. A man who doesn't chase validation. A man who understands the psychology of attention, silence, and restraint. Most men think attraction is about tricks, pickup lines, or trying to appear perfect. They believe it's about saying the right words or following some rehearsed formula. But real attraction works differently. It's felt before it's understood. When a man carries himself with quiet confidence, when his movements are slow and deliberate, when his eyes show calm focus instead of nervous neediness, something instinctive happens. People begin to feel curious about him. Who is he? Not because he demanded attention, but because he never asked for it. This is the paradox of presence. The more a man tries to prove himself, the less magnetic he becomes. But the moment he stops performing, the moment he becomes grounded in his own identity, The room begins to notice him naturally. Women sense this immediately. They are highly tuned to emotional signals, subtle behaviors, and social energy. They can feel the difference between a man who is trying to impress and a man who simply knows his worth. The first one chases attention. The second one attracts it. And here's the deeper truth most men never realize. Attraction isn't about age. You can see it everywhere. A young guy in his 20s desperately trying to get noticed, speaking too loudly, forcing jokes, seeking validation in every conversation, yet no one truly respects him. And then there's another man, maybe older, maybe quieter, who barely says a word, but the entire room seems to orbit around his presence, because attraction isn't created by youth alone. It's created by energy. It's built through emotional control, life experience, self-respect, and psychological awareness. A man who has mastered his emotions doesn't react impulsively. He doesn't chase attention. He doesn't crumble when ignored. He observes. He understands people. And he moves through the world with calm authority. That calm authority is what creates silent dominance. Not arrogance, not aggression, but a deep, grounded confidence that says without words, "I know who I am." When you carry that energy, conversations become effortless. Eye contact feels natural. Women feel comfortable around you because you aren't trying to take something from them. You're simply present, and presence is powerful. It comes from building a life that excites you, pursuing your goals, developing discipline, strengthening your mind, and learning how human psychology works. It's not something you fake. It's something you become. The man who reads, learns, improves, and grows slowly develops an aura of quiet certainty. And that certainty is magnetic. So the next time you imagine walking into a room, don't picture impressing everyone. Picture something different. Picture walking in calmly, shoulders relaxed, mind clear, completely comfortable with who you are. No need to perform. No need to chase attention. No need to prove anything. Just presence. Because the real secret of attraction is simple yet powerful. When a man masters his energy, his psychology, and his presence, the world notices him without him ever asking for attention.